Hello and welcome to another episode of Contemporary Living Live, where we provide lifestyle solutions for everyday people. Now, if you're watching this on the replay and you're not watching it now, then I know what you're probably doing. You're probably watching the game. Yes, today is Super Bowl Sunday. And for those of you who are tuned in, this is your Super Bowl Sunday because we are going to talk about creating a vision for your life. We're going to talk about vision board steps to progress. So I'm glad that you are here and you are ready to change things about your life. But some people said they weren't watching because they could not be torn away from the Super Bowl. But hey, you know, to each his own. We all get to make our own decisions. But again, we are so glad to have you. And before we get started, of course, I want to know, well, first I want to know, how's your week been? How's your week been? Hey there, Prophetess Donna. Nice to see you. You're not watching the Super Bowl, so thank you for being here. We really appreciate that. So, how has your week been? We are in the month of February, you guys. We are doing it. We are doing it. Are you prepared? Is your February going good? I haven't seen you in 2 weeks, so I hope you're doing well. But we're going to get started with some housekeeping notes. So you can find Contemporary Living on Facebook, YouTube, and IG. And if you want to get in contact with us, go to Contemporary Living at E360 at e360tv.com. That's Contemporary Living at e360tv.com. We are not hard to find and we want to hear from you. We welcome messages, comments, suggestions to our site. So go ahead and use all of the ways you can get in contact with us because we want to hear from you in 2022. So guess what, you guys? There is no guest here today. Our guest is what our guest that was supposed to be here is watching the Super Bowl also. So you just got me for the next hour, but it's going to be a lot of fun because we're going to talk about vision boards. And we're going to get started right now. So I call this session Vision Boards Steps to Progress. So just a little bit about the origins of my vision board. I've been doing vision boards for quite some time now, and then as you can see in the slide here, in 20, I think it was 2018, I did a vision board party where I just started inviting people. You don't need a vision board, you need a vision. We discussed that and we talked about the vision board. And then what I like to do also is do updates every 3 months for those people who attend the vision board party. So here are some of the invites that I sent out over the years, and it's been great because vision board can do so much for you. And today we're going to talk about that a little bit. One of the things I remember when we talk about vision board origins is Steve Harvey said something about a vision board. He said, put it on your vision board, work like a dog, and ask God for some help. Now that's serious, y'all. Put it on your vision board, work like a dog, and ask God for some help. He said that during Family Feud. The Family Feud, I guess they were taking a break and things like that. And one of the guys in the audience told him what he was doing for, he wanted to have a career in film and being a director and things like that. And so that's the advice that he gave him. And and that's some really good advice. And for me, it doesn't get any more simple than that about how a vision board works, because a lot of people think, oh, just put it up and look at it, and all kind of crazy. They put all kind of crazy things associated with it, and that's just not true. And I hope to explain some of those things to you today. And then, so when Steve Harvey was talking about that vision board, he went on to explain how having a vision is a principle. He said it was a principle of success because having it written down, having something written down actually increases your chances of it actually happening. So having something written down increases your chances of actually having it come to fruition. So here, as you can see here, this is one of my vision board parties that I had, where the ladies, their beautiful selves, they made their vision board. So I like the advice Steve Harvey gave. Hey, 3 things: put it on your vision board, work like a dog, and ask God for some help. That's pretty simple. And so the first thing, usually when I have my vision board parties, we engage in a conversation. So how can vision boards help you? And I believe that there are 3 ways that a vision board can help you. And those 3 ways include, well, here, this slide. What is a vision board? I'm sorry. Let's talk about what a vision board is. So a vision board is a visualization tool that helps you strengthen the connection between where you are and where you want to be. So that's all it does. I'm here. I want to be here. That vision board helps me to close that gap to where I want to be. So that's really what a vision board does. So one of the questions that I ask, how can vision boards help you? Well, I believe it can help you in 3 ways. It's 3 ways vision boards can help you, and those are clarity, accountability, and motivation. And for military people, we love acronyms. So if you see the acronym CAM, C-A-M, that stands for clarity, accountability, and motivation. So this is how a vision board can help you. So in the area of clarity, you can find a lot of people saying, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what I should be doing. But the truth is, most people, and a lot of people, like, seriously ask that question, because I was one of those people. They asked that question looking for someone else to tell them what to do. Now think about that. They asked that question because, in their mind, they're really searching, but they're really asking another person to tell them what to do. So if somebody asks, well, what's my purpose? And I said, well, your purpose is to be a teacher. You might grab onto that and then keep going with that. and then you become a teacher. But you might be outside of God's vision for your life. You might be outside of your purpose. You just did it because I told you to do. And you have lots of families that do that as well. My son's going to be this, my daughter's going to be that. But what a vision board can do is help to bring you clarity. So in that clarity, what it also does is it helps you to sit down with yourself long enough to ask, what are the desires of your heart? What do I really want to do? See, a vision board is going to force you to sit. Well, my vision board parties is going to actually sit down and make you have a conversation with yourself. So a vision board forces you to take time to think through those types of questions so that you can have the clarity that you need. Now, the A in CA and CAM is accountability. So like I said earlier, some people just put their vision boards up and then that's it. So seeing your vision board is always a reminder. That's why you have to look at it, because it's always a reminder to take full responsibilities of your actions, your obligations, and the consequences of those actions. So when, I'm breezing by my vision board and all the things I say I want, if I'm not working towards those things, then I should be feeling some type of way because I'm not doing what I need to do to get there. So a vision board, you shouldn't just whiz by it, because those are the things that you said you want. And if you're not working on them, then that accountability should kick in to say, hey, you know what? I really need to do something. Okay. And then the M in motivation is seeing a vision board actually helps you connect on an emotional level. So what I want you to think of is the last time you saw a movie that made you cry or lifted you up or make you feel sentimental or excited. So that was a great feeling, wasn't it, to have that? And that's because the people in those movies, they aren't acting. They become those characters. We went to a play last night, and Andre and I like to go to plays and things like that. And what we always see is the individual embodying that character. You know how you go to and you see some movies and then it's like, man, I forgot all about that was Denzel Washington playing that role, or I forgot, because they embody that character and it plays out genuinely on the screen. And then it makes you remember not only the movie, but also certain parts of the movie too. And that's what I feel is the same thing that we should be doing with our vision board. So you can't just walk past your vision board. You have to become the character. You have to become the character. And all you have to do is ask yourself, who must I become to have all the things on my vision board? See, a vision board motivates you to become the character that you need to become that has all of those things on your vision board, or the person that has all those things on the vision board. So you have to become the person who embodies everything on your vision board. And that is true motivation. So what's next? So we've got how vision boards can help you. That's clarity, that's accountability, and that's also motivation. Now, this is big right here. These are vision boards for Christians. And the short answer for me is absolutely yes. I think people take the word of God and create their own version of it. That's why they use words like the universe, which are really talking about God, and the law of attraction, which are really the natural laws that God has already put in place to transform us. So I don't see why, if we have already prayed for something, you can't write it down. And we all know that God believes in writing things down because he gave us the greatest vision board we will ever need. And do we know what that is? Yes, yes. Do we know what that is? That's his word. He gave us the Bible, and that's really all we'll ever need. And if you don't like the connotation, of the word vision board, because some people have issue with the word vision board, you can just call it your "With God I Will" board. And that came from God's Girl G off of YouTube. She calls it her "With God I Will" board, because your vision can help you to build your faith to put action into creating that vision on your vision board. So there are also, there are a lot of Bible verses as well that people use to support their case. Proverbs 23:7, as a man thinks in his heart. Matthew 21:22. Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision and make it plain. But I personally like to use Jabez's prayer from First Chronicles 4:10. And the reason I like to use that is because, it embodies everything. And so I'm gonna tell you, like First Chronicles 4:10 says, "Oh God, that you would bless me indeed." So that whole point, that you would bless me indeed, because in reality it's all his, and we're just asking to be blessed with some of it. And then it goes on to say, "And enlarge my territory." And that's the increase. That's what's on your vision board. Then it goes on, "that your hand would be with me." So you're praying for God's favor, "and keep me from evil." So you're praying for protection, "so that I may not cause pain." Now, that's pretty deep. So that I may not cause pain. Because guess what? How many of us, Jabez did not want him being blessed to hurt anybody. He didn't want to get hurt. He didn't want to hurt anybody either. And that's really deep when you think about it, because of the simple fact, like, some people get all these blessings and lose their way, right? Whether you're a Christian or a non-Christian, some people get all these blessings and they lose their way. And then the thing I like most about Jabez's prayer is at the end, and it says, "And God granted him what he requested." So, in short, yes, I would say vision boards, or your "With God I Will" board, are especially for Christians. So, yes. The next thing we go over is the wheel of life during my vision board parties. Now, the wheel of life looks at those main areas we deal with in life. So if you take a look at this wheel here, I'm sure you've had some situation that you had to deal with, either most or either in most of those areas, or all of those areas. You either had to step up, you had to overcome, you had to learn a lesson, or you had to be blessed by it. So these are areas we all deal with: spiritual, mental, physical, social, career, financial, and family. These are areas we all deal with. So what I usually ask people is to spend some time reflecting on each area. So take a look at that. I'm just going to give you a moment to just kind of take a look at that. Kind of reflect on each area. We've got the spiritual, mental, physical, social, your career, financial, and family. And then what I usually do is have people, look how cute that is, rate your wheel of life. So rate your wheel of life in each area on a scale of 1 to 5. So what you're going to do is you're going to assess, where are you right now spiritually? on a scale of 1 to 5 as you look at it? Where are you mentally on a scale of 1 to 5 as you look at it? Where are you physically on a scale of 1 to 5? Where are you with your family? And where are you with your career? Because once you assess where you are, it can give you a good picture of what you want and where you want to improve. Now, one of the things I'm just so happy about is that a few years ago, Andre and I do vision boards as well. We do them together. A few years ago, we had looked at one of our vision boards, and we could not believe that everything on that vision board had come to pass. I mean, we wanted a house, and we were specific about it too. We wanted a house, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. We got a boat. Yes, a boat. Actually, we got two. One we couldn't use. The other one was fine. We set a goal where we wanted to make 10K per month. We wanted to travel. We wanted to make a lifestyle out of traveling. And I mean, look now, we're actually living out that vision. So, by you assessing where you are, it really helps to see where you need to improve. Now, on our vision board, we didn't get everything right. We still the weight, we both want to, lose weight. There's still challenges, but for the most part, everything on that vision board was accomplished. So we feel really good about that. So when I do have vision board parties, the main thing I want to start talking about or discussing is creating purpose, vision, and goals. And that's important because now I hope you are starting to see that vision board is not just about cutting stuff out, pasting it up, what you feel in the moment, and then putting it up and then just leaving it there. What I try to do at the vision board parties is actually get you to a place where you're actually thinking about what is possible, what you need, what your desires are for your life. So this is the next thing we go through in creating purpose, vision, and goals. So vision. When I say vision, what do you think of? So basically a vision statement is all about becoming unrecognizable. And what do I mean by that? Let's say it's February 2023. You don't want to be the same person you are today 12 months into the future. You want to be changed in a great and a mighty way. You definitely want that. And so that's what I mean when we talk about vision. So basically, vision is basically a statement. A vision statement is a clear, concise summary of your personal goals and your dreams for the future. So by knowing where you are on the wheel of life, you can create like a mental picture in your head of where you want to be. Not only can you create where you want to be, you create what you want to have and what you want to accomplish. So, how do you see yourself 12 months from now? Like I said, it's all about changing who you are. So, write a vision statement down for your next 12 months on the areas you want to work on in your life. And that's what we have to do. You have to create a vision statement for yourself. You can't just, people who Fail to plan, plan to fail. And that's what that vision statement is going to do. It's going to give you a clear, concise summary of your personal goals and dreams for the future. So next is purpose and creating your purpose statement. So a purpose statement helps keep you motivated on your vision. And so that's really what your why is. It's what drives you and anchors you when life pulls you in different directions. So in order to define your purpose, you have to break it down to the most simple question. And the most simple question to ask yourself is why? Why do you want your life to look like what you have on your vision statement? Because remember, it all connects. So the vision statement connects to the purpose statement. So why do you want that? Why do you want the things that you say you want? So that's something to think about as well. And the next thing are goals. Goals are really key. Setting in those goals are really key. And the way you build a goal is not, I want to lose weight, or I want to amass so much money. I want to, you can write those statements down all day long, but you have to write effective goals. And those effective goals are always SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So the good thing about specific goals is it gives you a deadline. Measurable, it really answers the question, well, when I get it, how will I know when I got it? Because you've measured it. You've said, this is what I want, and you've measured it and you've attained it. So the next is it achievable. So achievable is achievement. It stretches the limits. It stretches the limits of who you are and what you think you know. So is that goal achievable? So is it relevant? Is it focused on, what you truly desire, what you truly want? And time bound, yes. We have to measure it according to time, because we can have these goals forever and ever. And I'm going to give you a perfect example. Let me just take a sip. I wrote a book titled Army Strong Women. That book came out in 2008. And I said to myself, after I finished the first book, I'm going to write a series of these books. And guess what? I'm still saying that. I'm going to write a series of these books. You know why? Because I never created a SMART goal. And you have to have that goal bound by time. Because like I said, the book came out in 2008. It is now 2022. So you do the math. I'm still waiting. But right now we're going to take a commercial break, and then we're going to come back and continue on with SMART goals. And we are back, but I wanted to let you know that Contemporary Living is powered by Shiro Coffee and Farmer and Hill Coffee. It is also powered by Andre, the great realtor. Man, you guys, he's been wheeling and dealing all week. I just love watching him do his thing. But if you want more information on our coffee, which we have a coffee subscription box coming out soon, so be ready to be a part of that. And if you're looking for real estate, just contact us and you can contact us at, I have a banner here, Contemporary Living at e360tv.com. That's Contemporary Living at e360tv.com. So back to SMART goals. So we've created that SMART goal. The next thing we want to do is actually physically create the SMART goal. And so I've broken it down to give you a better idea of what SMART goals really look like. So I created a SMART goal, and that SMART goal was increase viewership of Contemporary Living by 50% within 60 days to attract sponsor. So in that SMART goal, I have for is it achievable? Remember that that's an action word. Increase is an action word. So is it achievable? Your A should always be an action word. So the S, viewership of Contemporary Living. That's your specifically, what are you going to do? Specifically, what are we talking about? And that's the viewership of Contemporary Living. So the M, measurable. So is it measurable? Yes. 50% increased viewership of Contemporary Living by 50%. And then is it time bound? Yes, it is, within 60 days. And what's the relevancy of all of that? The relevancy of all of that is to attract sponsors. So this is absolutely what we need to do in creating a SMART goal. So creating purpose, vision, and goals are really important when you talk about your vision board, because it helps put you on track. So some of the things on my vision board for this year, because I have a couple of things, I have a couple of vision boards, but this is one I created. This is one that I created for this year. So first and foremost, I always put God first. Always put God first. And there you see it, right smack dab in the middle of my vision board is a statement about God, and also the Bible. And if you look to the right, it's the Jabez prayer that I talked about. So when I pass my vision board and I look at it, I can say the prayer of Jabez as I look at it, because these are the things that I desire. These are my heart's desires. So if we go over my vision board, you'll see that if we start to the top, my left, your right, you see, we like living a certain way. So we enjoy a water view. So one of my visions is to find a place with a water view. We've been traveling, as you guys know, for the past couple of months. Right now, we're in Orange Beach, Alabama, and we absolutely love Orange Beach, Alabama. Do we have a water view? Yes. And so maybe I could cross this off on my vision board, but I'm not, because I want the deed to be in our name or in the corporation's name. So that's one of the things. The other thing is to invest, save, share, and spend. I always want to divide my money in those 4 areas: invest, save, share, and spend, because there's an importance to that. You have to invest for your future. You need to save now. You need to share it. I want to build a life of being a giver. And you can't do that if you don't have the resources to be a giver. And then I want to also spend it. I want to enjoy the fruits of my labor, like I'm sure as well as most of you do. You want to enjoy that. So I want to be able to go get manicures, pedicures, take trips, eat out at restaurants. I want to be able to do all of those things. So I put that on my vision board, but that's not the most important thing. It's a pie chart. So that's invest, save, share, and spend. And then if you look down, we're going to go down on this. If you look to the left, you'll see a whole gang of people they're just excited. They're just excited. They're just doing their thing. That's because I want to spend more time with family. Right now, we're on the road. So, can you imagine when we get back home? It's going to be all about family and spending time with family and doing things like that. So, that's part of my vision board. Now, if you look to the right of that or to the left of that, you'll see strength, heroism, excellence, and veteran. I am a retired military veteran. I am very passionate about taking care of women veterans, especially those who are transitioning out of the military, so much so that I formed a nonprofit organization t- named iVet Connect. And you can go to ivetconnect.com and see what we're all about. But I will never forget the 20 plus years that I spent in the military, and getting out gave me a greater appreciation and made me want to share with other women. So that's why the nonprofit organization was created. Now, after you look at the strength, heroism, excellence, and veteran, you go to the right. Most of you know that Andre and I are Airbnb hosts, but not only that, we're ambassadors as well. So, hey, listen to this: 2 million bookings, 666,000 listings in the US, total of 6 million listings, 2.9 million hosts, 35 billion dollar valuation, and 150 million users. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that? We want our piece of the pie too. So yes, we love Airbnb. We're this entire trip, we have been a part, we have stayed in Airbnbs, and it has been such a great experience, and we will continue on with that because Airbnb is a side hustle that cannot be matched unless you scratch off a lottery ticket, but we don't play the lottery. So but yes, Airbnb. The Black woman millionaire. Yes, individually. Now, Andrea and I have a combined income, and we have a business, a combined income, and we also have things that we do on independently of each other. And I want to become a Black woman millionaire. That's what I desire. That's what I want to do, because I believe the more that I can bring in, the better I can go back to that pie and invest and save and share and spend, because that's really what it's all about when you've got money like that. As far as I'm concerned, as far as we're concerned, that's really what we want to do. Now, to the right of the Black woman millionaire is the coffee subscription box. It's like I said, guys, we're coming out with a coffee subscription box very soon here, where you will be able to order your coffee, receive your coffee on a monthly basis, bi-monthly basis, or however you want to. So that is part of what we do. We have Farm Hill Coffee, which is a medium roast, which is also on Amazon, and we have a Shiro coffee that's coming out as well. We have a Shiro coffee that you'll be able to order online at the website as well. Now, if you look to the far right, You'll see a bunch of ladies just kind of sitting down, chilling out. They're enjoying themselves and they're looking up. I love public speaking. I love sharing information. And this is part of my desire to share what I know. As I learn it, I like to teach it, and that makes me better. Now that what you see under that is financial coaching sessions, which is what I've just started doing. My thing is to actually is to break the cycle of the generational curse of financial instability. Do you know some people are in their 20s and 30s and they don't even have a checking account? I'll let that sit with you for a moment. They don't even have a checking account. They don't know about investing. They don't know about saving. They don't know about any of that. And we've done this generation after generation after generation after generation. Well, one of the things that's on my heart is to stop that for the people that come into my life, for the people that I am, or the people that I'm responsible for, is to break that. So financial coaching is one of the things that I've started doing. Eat right. Woo, that's back on the vision board, y'all. It is back on the vision board because, eating right should be a lifestyle. It shouldn't be, just something you do periodically. So now that I've said that, eat right should be on every vision board. So I want to match that eat right, what you see there. Now go all the way to the other side, all the way to the top, and you'll see a girl running. So those go hand in hand. One of the things I enjoy running, I've got this app called Fit On that I've fallen in love with. So I like their exercises because you can do any type of exercise you want. You can do it for 10 minutes or sometimes 7 minutes, or you can do it for 30 minutes or 40 minutes. So I really like that. So eating right and exercising kind of go hand in hand. So I just wanted to bring your attention to the girl jogging. So she belongs with the eat right. Now, as we look further, you'll see a girl in some jeans and a gold jacket because she has on my sorority colors of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. Yes, and she is looking good. I always want to look good, be fashionable, be stylish, not trendy. I'm not a trendy person, but classic chic. I like classic chic. I like styles like that. So I want that to be a part of my vision board when I look at it. Yeah. Yeah, let me keep up with, the classic chic trend, or not trend, the classic chic that's going on, because I like that style. Now, if you look to the bottom, you'll see wine glasses and a couple of trays with food. Last year, we did our first iVet Connect wine event in Indiana. It's going to happen again this year. I love wine events. And the reason why, if you come to our wine event this year, you'll have so much fun is because of the game that we play. It's not a wine tasting, it's a wine event. So, yes, when you see us advertising for the wine event for iVet Connect, make sure you buy your ticket. So, I like wine tastings. Women's conferences, I'm all about, like I said, I'm the type of person that shares information. So women's conferences, workshops, and things like that, I love. My master's degree is in hospitality, so women's conference just fits right in there. So I love doing the workshops for women and things like that. I'm all about that girl power. So if you look up, you'll see a girl just basking in the sun. And that's because self care, peace, rest, that's what that picture symbolizes for me. It symbolizes self care, peace, rest, and all of those things. So she looks content. She looks content. She doesn't look worried. She doesn't look stressed out. And I believe that you can have all of those things and still have that look like she has on her face. It's possible. It's possible. I believe that. Now, if you go down right next to the women's conference, you'll see Andre and I. Nah, my leg's not that big, y'all. If you look down, you'll see a man and a woman, because I think having a healthy relationship is important. And it looks like they're not home. So traveling, that's our big thing. I believe that is important. So that matches, because we're kind of everywhere on this matching things with the vision board. Healthy relationship ingredients. If you look at the top and then you go to my right, your left, it talks about healthy relationship ingredients. So these are the things that are required: love without fear, trust without wondering, being there without restrictions, and accept someone without wanting them to change. That's a whole heaping full of requirements, you guys. And you have to grow through that, because you know, once you can date and you can probably even live together, but once you get married, it changes. It actually changes. And so you work at doing those things for the better. Now, what you can't see behind me is that Oprah effect. So I'm hoping enough people watch so contemporary living can have that Oprah effect. So they'll be like, yeah, I need to get on contemporary living, because you have so many people watching that show, and if I have a product or service, they're going to automatically. So that is on the vision board. That is on the vision board. And I think I have covered my entire vision board, you guys. Yes. This is my vision board for 2022. Now, what's your vision for 2022? Now, I know we're February 13th. So basically, we are still at the beginning of the year, but we still have some months to go. I think I didn't cover one thing on my vision board. If you look all the way up, right under invest, save, share, and spend, as I look at it, you'll see below it's a picture of girls having fun. Yes, girls having fun. You want to still have those connections. You still need those connections with your friends, and you don't want to lose that trying to do all of this. Now, you may not be able to do it as much as you used to, but you definitely don't want to lose that. So what we're going to do now is take a quick commercial, and then we will be right back. All right. So you guys, I just got an update for the game. So Cincinnati is winning the Bengals. I think that's going to mark history. And I think there's like 2 minutes left in the game, but I don't know what the score is, but anything could happen in 2 minutes. You never underestimate the power of minutes or seconds in sports, in professional sports. So back to my vision board. So one of the things you have to ask yourself also is, what drives you? What drives you to do and want these things? You have to get out of that lizard brain. Like I said, you want to become unrecognizable. So you have to get out of that lizard brain. And that's the lizard brain that tells you, this is what we do. We do it all the time. We're not changing. This is what we do. We do it all the time, and we're not changing, because that will keep you perpetually in the same space. If you don't change your mind about things, it will keep you in the same space. You will pretty much be the same person this year as you were last, with the same goals. Each year, your goals should be bigger, they should be better. And, hopefully, God will bless you with all of those things. But those are the things you have to change. So change starts, it's not just putting up a vision board. Change starts from within. You really have to have a made up mind to attain all those things, to attain all these things. Do you know how hard it is? I mean, what Steve Harvey said, Steve Harvey was not wrong. Put it on your vision board, work like a dog, and ask God for some help, because that is really what you're going to need when you start creating your vision for your life. And we do some more things in my class, that in my vision board class, that I don't discuss on here, but it really helps you into growing and becoming the person you say you want to be on that vision board. Because what you start doing is breaking it down in tasks. So after the SMART goals, there are other steps that help you get to those goals, and that helps you to attain or achieve what you have on your vision board, because that is super important. So, do any of you have anything on your vision board? Have you ever created a vision board? Well, if you are in the Chicago area next year, Chicago, Northwest Indiana area, not next year, but this year, I will be conducting a vision board party, especially for women veterans. Women veterans, it's absolutely free to you. So if you just go to ivetconnect.com, make sure you put your information on there. We will be in touch with you for a free vision board party. That's ivetconnect.com. So we're looking at highlights from the game, you guys. I think history is going to be made today. History will definitely be made today. Well, that's all I have on vision boards. We can go back and talk about some things. Why don't people achieve their vision board? For one, they don't think through it long enough. They'll just put a vision up there. They'll put something up there that they want to attain, but they don't think through it like I thought through this whole thing with you today on some of the steps you need to take. And then they don't think in their mind that it's attainable. And that's why you call it a vision board, because it's out into the future. But you have to believe. You have to believe, because that's one of the main ingredients you need for achieving something. And if you don't believe, just look at some of the goals that you have already accomplished. Take a look at the goals that you've already accomplished. What were some of them? Let's talk about your first house or your car or that job you wanted. You did every step necessary to get there. and it worked out fine. So what the vision board is going to do, it's going to expand in so many areas. Remember, we talked about that on the wheel of life. It's going to You're going to assess each of those areas in your life and see where you want to go from based on what you have assessed. And that's important. You know, if, like I said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And a lot of people, they just get up and they go in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and it goes like this for them. And a lot of people, and it just keeps going round and round every day. It's like a groundhog's day. And they might have maybe a little vacation here or something there. But every year, you want to do better. You want to see more. You want to have more. And that's every day. So what else do we have? I know you guys are watching that football game wrap up, but for those who were able to tune in, once again, I thank you. I really do. This is and like I said, our guest was not able to appear tonight, so we did go through this vision board process, and I hope this has been of help to you. So as I close out, I want to leave you with this quote by Iyanla Vanzant. And the quote is, if you don't have a vision, you're going to be stuck in what you know. And the only thing you know is what you've already seen. That's deep. The only thing you know is what you've already seen. And that's why it's important to create a vision for your life, because you've already seen all that stuff. I want more. I want more. You want more. You want more. And that's the vision we should be creating for our life. And so I want you to think about that. Think about that quote from Iyanla Vanzant. If you don't have a vision, you're going to be stuck in what you know. And the only thing you know is what you've already seen. And as always, we thank God for his unmerited, undeserving favor called grace. Grace is a total absence from doing anything. You can't work for it. You can't buy it. You can't sell it. It just is. And God gives it to each and every one of us freely. And as believers, we know that Christ died, he was buried, and he rose again on the third day for our justification. Now that's in the word. So let that sink in. On behalf of myself and my hardworking husband, Andre Hill, be brilliant, be you, be blessed. We'll see you here February 27th.